All right, let's take a few moments, settle in. Find a comfortable position on your mat. Close your eyes. Try to relax the body, release any tension, scanning the body head to toe, making any adjustments along the way. Trying to keep the back straight, spine neutral as best as possible. Scan the breath. Slow it down if you need to. Deeper inhales, longer exhales. Couple more breaths, making it more rhythmic, more intentional. Using the breath to turn our attention inwards. And then let's chant 3 ohms. So join your hands at your heart center. Inhale. Morning, Chitta. So plan for today is we'll be doing seated poses mainly. So we'll do some stretches. We'll start with a couple of rounds of active pranayam practice, Bhastrika pranayam. We'll do a couple of sun salutations just to continue to warm up. And then we'll get back on the mat, do some seated poses, and then some additional breath work pranayam. So let's start. Start with some forward, backward bend. So open your arms, lean back slightly, and then bring your arms together and then bend forward, stretching your back. Inhale, open, lean back slightly. Exhale, bend forward. Keep going at your own pace. Let's do one more. And then release and relax. Do some shoulder rolls. So rolling your shoulders front to back to front. And keep going. Loosening the shoulders, the shoulder blades. Feeling a bit of a stretch in the upper arms. One more in each direction. And then release and relax. Do some lateral stretches next. So twist your spine to the right and then to the left. Let's do 2 more on each side. And then release and relax. Last practice, we'll do some hamstring openers. So butterfly flaps. We're going to work on a pose called garland pose, Malasan. We'll be sort of squatting. So let's prepare for that. So bring your feet together, soles of the feet together. You can bring them closer to your body or move further up. If your hips, your hamstrings feel tight, do what you can. And then just flapping your knees, your legs, trying to stretch the inside of your legs, your hamstrings. If it feels too tight, go slow or stop. Don't hurt yourself. Do what you can. See how it feels if you bring the feet closer to your body or move them further away. Different kind of a stretch maybe. Let's do two more. And then release and relax. Cross your legs again, back into seated. And then let's do some Bhastrika pranayam called diaphragmatic breathing. So a little more active breathing practice. We use our arm movement to facilitate the breath. So moving our arms up on the inhale, down on the exhale. We'll do a shorter first round. Just do what you can. Go at your own pace. Close your eyes. Begin. One more. And then release your hands. Keep your eyes closed. Observe. Be careful with your hand movement. Don't go too rapidly. Don't sprain something. Careful with your shoulders, with your arms. Open your eyes and let's go a little bit longer if you're up to it. Be careful if you have any back pain, stomach cramps, that type thing. Proceed with caution, go slow, and then pick up the pace if you're comfortable doing so. Close your eyes, begin when you're ready. Let you finish a couple of rounds if you're still going. And let's stop the practice. Keep your eyes closed. Observe. And then open your eyes. All right, let's get on our feet. Do some sun salutations. Give me 1 sec. I need to clear my throat. I'll be right back. All right. Okay, can you guys hear me again? Can somebody give me a thumbs up? Okay, awesome. All right, so now moving on. We'll do 2 rounds fairly briskly. Just again, as I said, to continue to warm up, come towards the front of your mat, join your hands in front of your heart center. Begin. Inhale, lean back, half wheel pose. Exhale, bend forward, hand to feet pose. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Exhale, left foot back, high plank. Knees, chin, chest on the mat. 8 limb salutation. Arch your back, cobra. Downward dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left foot forward, forward bend. Inhale, rise up, half wheel. Exhale, back to your heart center. Next round, inhale, half wheel. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, left foot back, equestrian pose. Exhale, right foot back, high plank. Knees, chin, chest on the mat, 8 limb salutation. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, back to your heart center. Release and relax. Quick break. Little bit slow down. And then we'll move on to the garland pose. So we'll sit down in a squat, like a squat. Catch your breath. A few more. And then widen your stance, maybe feet about hip width apart. And then sit back into a squat. And then your arms on the inside of your legs, pushing your legs outside a little bit, as much as is comfortable. Again, some of us have a lot of tightness in the hips and the hamstrings, so be careful. Don't overstretch and hurt yourself. Do what you can. Maybe come up again if it's too much, and then try to do it again, or you can skip. If you're able to stay here, continue to breathe. Feel the balance. Fix your gaze on the point in front of you. Breathe. And then let's relax. Hands on the mat. And then into normal seated pose. Cross-legged or whatever you feel comfortable doing. Take a few moments. Scan the body. Notice the activation in the hamstrings, the stretch, the hips. And then let's move on. Additional seated poses. First pose, Paschimottanasan, seated forward bend. So legs out in front, feet together, starting position, Dandasan, stick pose. Hands by your side, back straight as much as possible. And then hands go up. And then as you exhale, keeping your back straight, stretching your back, not crunching your back as much as possible, bend forward, grab your toes or your ankles or your knees, whatever feels normal, whatever feels comfortable. And then try to bring your forehead as close to your knees as you can in the final pose. Breathe. Again, if you feel like your back is getting crunched too much, stretch your back and then bend forward. Knees ideally straight, legs straight out in front. If you need to bend them slightly, bring them up slightly, that's fine. Do what you can. Again, play with your hands, see where they feel the most comfortable. Ankles, knees, toes. Breathe, don't hold your breath, do what you can. Couple of breaths if you can. And then as you exhale, straighten your back, unwind. Hands behind your back on the mat, toes pointing outwards. Quick break, relax seated pose. Catch your breath, scan your body, see what's happening. Next pose, seated spinal twist, Vakrsan. So feet together again, hands by your side. Now the right foot on the mat next to your left knee. Right hand behind you on the mat for support. Try to bring the right arm closer to your body so that allows you to keep your spine neutral, back straight. And then left hand goes up and either grab the right knee with your left palm or left elbow on top of the right knee or slightly outside if you can do it. And then use that to twist to the right in the final pose. Feeling the twist in the spine, looking behind you on the right side as far back as you can. And again, trying to keep the back straight here, not leaning back too much. Breathe. Feel the stretch. Bit of activation in the left tricep, left shoulder. Trying to twist a little bit more with each breath if you can. Hold for 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, straighten your right leg. Unwind, quick break. And we'll repeat that on the other side. Bring your feet together, hands by your side again. Now left foot on the mat, next to the right knee. Left hand behind you on the mat, placing there for support. Keeping your back straight as much as possible. And then using your right palm to pull in your left knee or right elbow on top of the left knee or slightly outside the left knee. And then use that as a hinge to twist your spine to the left. Look behind you as much as you can. In the final pose, feeling the spinal twist on the left side this time. And if your elbow is slightly outside the left knee, also feeling a bit of a stretch in your right tricep, right shoulder. Do whatever feels comfortable. Breathe. Twisting a little bit more with each breath. Right leg should be straight ideally, right knee straight, right leg full, firmly planted on the mat. Tends to come up sometimes, so push it down slightly. 3, 2, 1. And as you exhale, release, straighten your left leg, hands behind you on the mat. This time lean back, rest your head between your shoulders, quick break, relax seated pose, scan your body, observe your breath. Always being fully aware of what's happening to the breath, to the body, feeling the stretch, the lingering effects of the spinal twists, also noticing any pain, any discomfort, hopefully nothing too serious, but making the necessary adjustments based on what the body and the breath is saying. All right. So the next pose, we'll try to do what we can. So we're going to try to do Vajrasan. If you have a pillow, feel free to grab one. I demonstrated in the last class. Makes it easier. So we're going to try to sit on our heels. If it's too much, you don't have to do it. Optional pose, but just want you to kind of experience it, and then you can slowly work on it over time. It's a good one. So there's two variations. There's Vajrasan and there's Veerasan. I'll show both. So what helps is having a pillow below your ankles, so your ankles don't feel as much of a stretch. So if you have something, grab it. Otherwise, just observe, see if you can do it without the pillow or skip it completely. I'll turn to the side so it's a little bit easier to see. So the idea is to sit back on your heels and then keep your back straight. Now, obviously, as you can tell, your ankles, top of the feet get stretched, your thighs, quads as well. Just see what you can do, what you have access to. And then another variation, which is a bit of a deeper stretch, is to sit between your heels. So your glutes, your butt is on the mat between your feet. That will stretch your ankles, your feet even more so. If it's too much, skip it. But just know what the pose is like. So my feet are outside. I'm sitting between my heels. And again, a pillow might make it a little bit easier. So you're actually sitting on the pillow instead of on the ground. So your body is a little bit higher, so less stretch in your ankles and feet. So do what you can. If you're able to stay there for a few breaths, great. If not, come out. And then let's all come back out into sukhasan, cross leg. Just noticing how that felt. Probably a bit tight if you're not used to it. Again, good one to practice over time. We'll work on a back bend next. So either cross-legged, trying to lean back slightly, taking the support of our elbows, or if you're comfortable sitting in Vajrasan like we were, then you can do that. Otherwise, just sit with your legs crossed and then slowly try to bring your elbows behind you on the mat. Go as far back as is comfortable, and then lean your head back into a bit of a back bend. Supta, sukhasan. So that's one option. Breathe. Other option, if you're in Vajrasan, if you're comfortable sitting in Vajrasan, Supta Vajrasan. So same thing, elbows behind you on the mat, or you can go all the way down with practice. So your head is actually resting on the mat behind you. Great stretch, can be a relaxing pose, but it might be too much initially. So just see what's possible. And then let's unwind. So slowly come up, back into seated pose, cross-legged. Catch a big breath, get some water if you need to, and we'll move on. All right. We'll work on a cooling pranayam today. Let me get closer to the camera. Sadanta pranayam. We've done it a few classes back. Just put some water. All right. So practice again. Quick reminder, if in case it's new. So resting the top row of the teeth on the bottom row. Small gap between the teeth, and then breathing through the mouth open, air entering through the gaps between the teeth, cooling your breathing passage, and then closing the mouth, exhaling through the nose. So inhale through the mouth, close the mouth, exhale through the nose. Close your eyes, just visualize the practice, see what you're trying to do. See if it feels good, if it feels like a cooling practice. If it doesn't, that's fine, you can skip it. Just do what you can, see how you experience it. Close your eyes. Good seated posture again. And then mouth open, top row resting on the bottom row. Don't grind them, just gently resting. Inhale through the mouth. Close the mouth, exhale through the nose. Go at a pace that feels comfortable. One more if you're still going. Let's stop this round. Keep your eyes closed. See how you feel. Just observing. If you notice that cooling sensation. And then if you're up to it, one more round, or you can do some other breathing practice. If this is not for you, you might not feel great if you have any irritation in your throat, allergies, throat infections. So be careful. If you're up to it, one more round, same practice. Top row of the teeth resting on the bottom row. Inhale through the mouth, exhale through the nose. One more if you're still going. Keep your eyes closed, observe for a few. Any differences from the first round to the second round if you practice 2 rounds? And then open your eyes. Next practice, we'll do some right nostril breathing, Surya, anulom, vilom. So breathing only from the right nostril, both the inhale, exhale. So right hand, index finger, middle finger curl, other 3 fingers open. Close the left nostril with the ring finger, and then inhale, exhale through the right nostril, 8 to 10 breaths at your own pace. Close your eyes and begin. Release your right hand when you're done. Stay with your eyes closed. Observe. Notice how the breath from the right nostril felt. And then one more round, same practice. Close the left nostril with the ring finger. Do it with more focus this time, experiencing the breath from the right nostril. Slow it down if you need to. One more if you're still going. Stop the practice. Keep your eyes closed. Scan your mind, see how you feel. Scan your normal breath. And then continue to keep the eyes closed. Let's close out. A few minutes of some guided meditation. So for today, we'll count our breath silently in the mind. So just trying to lock in, fully focus on the breathing and just counting the breaths as a way to keep the mind active, keep it from getting too distracted. Count from 1 to 10 silently. When you get to 10, restart counting from 1. If you catch yourself counting past 10 to 11, 12, simple trick to know that your mind is wandering. No big deal. Reset. Start counting from 1 whenever you notice that. Keeping in mind that the idea, the goal really is simply to notice as quickly as the mind wanders. You can't really stop it from thinking about things. Just try to notice it as soon as the mind wanders and then nudge it to focus on the breath and counting the breaths. Even just continuing to improve our ability to notice when the mind wanders quickly, that itself is beneficial, helps improve neuroplasticity, and then over time makes it a little bit easier to focus. Not fighting it, just working with it, being patient. And then if you feel a little more focused, mind a bit more calmer, try to fix your gaze either at your heart center, internal gaze, obviously with the eyes closed, heart center, or in between your eyebrows, what's called as the third eye center sometimes. Just trying to focus on that point. And letting the breath happen on its own without focusing on the breath. And then let's work towards closing the class. Bring your awareness back to your body. Notice the weight of the body on the mat. Feeling the body making contact with the ground, with the mat. Hands, palms making contact with the knees or the thighs. Scanning the body, the breath, the mind. And then let's end by chanting one Om. So join your hands at your heart center. Inhale. Open your palms and then open your eyes. Namaste, thanks for joining. So today was actually our 100th class for this year. So I'm glad you could join. Small milestone. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.